You wake up. The mind is already racing. Thoughts like a storm churning relentlessly, waves crashing in a sea of noise. That knot in your chest tightens as you reach for clarity, but it slips further away. Overthinking has you trapped. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Imagine standing at the edge of a battlefield, not with swords or shields, but with a mind that refuses to rest. This is the war you fight every day. But here is the truth you must seize. This battle is winnable. This chaos inside you can be tamed. You are not a passive spectator to your thoughts. You are the commander. The question is, will you take command? For centuries, warriors of the mind have faced this same struggle. Among them, the Stoics, philosophers who taught that serenity is not the absence of hardship, but mastery over how you respond to it. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is not mere poetry. It is a call to arms, a call to discipline your restless mind and claim your peace. Overthinking is more than just a habit. It's a thief, stealing your focus, draining your energy, and clouding your clarity. It whispers doubts, magnifies fears, and traps you in loops of what-ifs and should-haves. But here's the secret. These thoughts have no real power unless you give it to them. You can decide which thoughts deserve your attention. You can break free. The first step is awareness. You must recognize when your mind begins to spiral. Notice the signs, the racing heart, the tightening chest, the endless chatter that drowns out your calm. This awareness is your sword and shield. It interrupts the automatic cycle of overthinking. When you catch yourself, you say, "I control my mind." This simple affirmation is a declaration of sovereignty over your inner world. But awareness alone is not enough. You need tools. You need a philosophy that equips you with practical strategies to face your mental storms. Stoicism is that philosophy. It doesn't promise to erase problems. It teaches you how to endure, how to respond with reason rather than reaction. It empowers you to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot, a distinction that is the cornerstone of mental peace. Think about your thoughts as visitors. Not all deserve to stay. Some come with gifts, insights, ideas, motivation. Others arrive uninvited, loud and destructive. Stoicism teaches you to greet these thoughts with discernment. Ask yourself, is this thought within my control? Will it help me act wisely? If not, do not entertain it. Let it pass. I choose my thoughts. Say it. Own it. You might wonder, how do I practice this when anxiety grips me or when my mind refuses to quiet down? The answer lies in deliberate practice. Overthinking thrives in the shadows of inattention. Bring your mind into the light. Start by observing your thoughts without judgment. Watch them like clouds drifting across the sky. There, but not yours to hold. This simple act creates distance and diminishes their power. The path to mastery is not instantaneous. It is a journey of small, consistent steps. Each moment you pause and choose calm over chaos, you build strength. Each time you remind yourself, not today, you chip away at the habit of overthinking. Discipline is your ally. It transforms fleeting moments of control into lasting peace. Let's be clear. This is not about suppressing your mind or pretending problems don't exist. It's about accepting that some things are beyond your reach and focusing your energy where it truly matters. Your response, your actions, your mindset. Marcus Aurelius didn't seek to flee difficulties. He faced them head-on with a clear, calm mind. So can you. Picture your mind as a garden. Overthinking is like weeds choking your growth. Stoic practice is the daily tending, pulling out those weeds, nurturing the soil, planting seeds of focus and tranquility. It requires effort, yes, but the reward is a mind that blooms with clarity and peace. Ask yourself now, are you ready to step into this role? To become the master of your thoughts rather than their victim? To wield Stoic wisdom as your weapon against the noise? This is your moment. Your mind is not a chaotic battlefield. It is your territory to command. Remember, I control my mind. Repeat it. Feel the power in those words. They are your armor. They are your liberation. You will face resistance. Old habits will fight back. The mind craves its familiar storms. But with each conscious choice, you reclaim your calm. With each deliberate pause, you strengthen your resolve. This struggle is not unique to you. It is the human condition. Yet, Within this struggle lies an opportunity, a chance to rise above the noise and find a deeper peace. Stoicism offers you the map. Your discipline provides the compass. Together, they guide you toward mastery. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of your thoughts. Acknowledge them without fear. Then, release. Choose clarity. Choose calm. Choose control. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Today is yours. I own my day. The battle against overthinking begins here, with awareness and the unshakable conviction that your mind is yours to command. This is the first step on your journey. The path ahead demands courage, discipline, and relentless commitment. Stand firm. Your mind is your kingdom. Rule it wisely. Rule it well. The storm will come, but you will not be overwhelmed. You are a Stoic in training. You are a warrior of the mind. And today, you choose mastery. You've taken the first step, awareness. You've acknowledged the power you hold over your mind. Now, it's time to deepen your understanding. Because awareness without wisdom is like a ship without a rudder, adrift, vulnerable to every wave of thought. To master overthinking, you must grasp a fundamental Stoic principle, the clear, unbreakable boundary between what is within your control and what is not. Imagine standing at the crossroads of your mind. On one path lies everything you can influence, your thoughts, your choices, your actions. On the other, the vast expanse of external events, other people's opinions, unforeseen circumstances, the unpredictable flow of life. The Stoics teach that peace is found by focusing relentlessly on the first path and letting go of attachment to the second. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher born a slave who became a teacher of wisdom, said it plainly. Some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. This isn't a mere observation. It's a profound map to mental freedom. When you internalize this, the fog of overthinking begins to clear. You stop wasting precious energy on battles you cannot win. Think about your typical day. How often do you replay conversations, worry about outcomes, or obsess over what others think? These are battles over terrain you don't control. Your power lies in how you respond, not in forcing external events to bend to your will. Recognizing this boundary is not resignation. It's liberation. Acceptance of what you cannot control is not weakness. It is strength. It is the calm in the storm. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength is not external dominance. It is internal mastery. This realization is the cornerstone of Stoic peace. When an intrusive thought arises, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, release it. If yes, engage thoughtfully. This simple question is a tool to cut through mental noise. It's a filter that prevents your mind from drowning in anxiety and regret. I choose my thoughts. Say it again. Feel it anchor you. But how do you practice this in the heat of the moment when emotions surge and the mind clamors loudly? The answer lies in training your perspective, your lens on reality. Stoicism isn't about ignoring pain or difficulty. It's about changing how you interpret them. Imagine two people faced with the same challenge. One sees a problem, the other sees an opportunity to grow. This shift in mindset transforms the experience entirely. The Stoics call this reframing. It's the art of seeing obstacles not as threats, but as chances to exercise virtue, courage, patience, wisdom. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is where control truly lies. Overthinking often springs from fear of the unknown or dread of failure. But when you reframe your perspective, fear loses its grip. You become an active participant in shaping your mental landscape. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires vigilance. Each time you catch yourself spiraling into what-ifs or if-onlys, pause. Breathe. Remind yourself of the boundary between control and chaos. Retrain your mind to focus on what you can influence, the actions you take, the attitude you choose. Practice this daily. The mind is a muscle, and perspective is its training regimen. With each intentional act of reframing, you build resilience. You build calm. The storm still rages, but inside, you cultivate a fortress of tranquility. Consider this. When you accept reality as it is, you align with nature's flow rather than resisting it. Resistance breeds frustration and suffering. Acceptance breeds peace and clarity. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. It frees you from the trap of endless rumination. Ask yourself now, what thoughts are you holding on to that distract you? Which worries are outside your control? Can you release them? Can you shift your focus to your response instead? This isn't passive surrender, it's empowered action. You are not powerless. Your mind is not a victim to circumstances. You are the gatekeeper. The Stoics teach that true freedom arises not from changing the world around you, but from changing how you engage with it. Remember Marcus Aurelius again. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your obstacles, the very triggers of overthinking, are opportunities. They are the raw materials from which you forge your strength. This perspective rewires your mental patterns. Instead of spiraling into anxiety, you ask, what can I control here? How should I act? This question pulls you back from the edge of mental chaos into the realm of purposeful choice. It's natural to resist this at first. The mind clings to control like a frightened child. But with practice, the grip loosens. You feel lighter. Your thoughts no longer overwhelm but inform. You move from reaction to reflection. This is the power of Stoic discernment. It is the lens that brings clarity to the murky sea of thoughts. It is the compass that guides you through mental storms. And it is the foundation upon which mastery over overthinking is built. So, when your mind races tomorrow, when doubts gnaw and fears loom, pause. Ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, exhale and let go. If yes, focus all your energy there. This simple practice is revolutionary. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. You are the captain steering your ship, not the waves tossing it. This distinction transforms chaos into calm. Now, stand firm in this truth. I control my mind. Let this affirmation echo in your soul. It is the shield that guards your peace. It is the sword that cuts through confusion. The path ahead is clear. Master the boundary of control. Reframe your perspective. Take ownership of your mental landscape. This is your power. This is your freedom. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Today is yours. I own my day. The battle against overthinking sharpens here, with the wisdom to know what to fight and what to release. You hold the key. Use it. Use it now. You've seen the power of knowing what lies within your control and the freedom that comes with acceptance. Now, it's time to take action. Stoicism is not just theory, it is practice. The mind demands training. Overthinking is a habit, and like any habit, it can be reshaped. But this requires deliberate, concrete steps, tools that you can wield daily to turn awareness into mastery. First, embrace the practice of journaling. This might sound simple, but it is profoundly effective. Take a moment each day to write down your thoughts, not to ruminate, but to reflect. Capture what unsettles you, what questions churn in your mind. Then, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, are they within my control? Are they productive? What would a Stoic response be? Journaling is your mental gym. It builds clarity by externalizing your inner noise. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote his reflections daily, turning his mind into a disciplined instrument. When you write, you step back from the whirlwind of thoughts and observe them objectively. This distance weakens the grip of overthinking. Next, practice negative visualization, what the Stoics called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This exercise sounds counterintuitive, but is a powerful shield against fear. Imagine the worst-case scenarios, not to feed anxiety, but to prepare your mind. Picture losing what you value or facing failure. Then ask, could I endure this? How would I respond? By confronting these fears head-on, you defang them. You build resilience because the unknown becomes less intimidating when it's already visited in your mind. Overthinking often thrives on uncertainty. Negative visualization transforms uncertainty into a known quantity. It is mental armor. But these tools alone are not enough. You must cultivate the habit of returning to the present moment. Overthinking drags you into the past or the future, regrets, worries, endless possibilities. The antidote is presence. Anchor your attention in what you are doing right now. This is easier said than done, especially when your mind clamors loudly. Here, the Stoic practice of focusing on your duties becomes crucial. When overwhelmed by thoughts, shift your attention to the task at hand. Whether it's work, conversation, or simple daily chores, immerse yourself fully. This is not distraction. It is redirection toward what is within your power. Imagine your mind as a restless horse. Presence is the rein that guides it. The more you practice, the stronger your control. Overthinking loses its foothold as your attention settles. I act without delay. Repeat this. Let it become your mantra. Another powerful technique is the deliberate confrontation of worries. Instead of avoiding troubling thoughts, face them with courage. Ask, what exactly am I afraid of? What is the worst that can happen? Is this fear rational? This practice transforms vague anxiety into concrete challenges to be solved or accepted. The Stoics believe that courage is not the absence of fear, but action in spite of it. When you meet your worries head-on, you weaken their power. Overthinking thrives on avoidance and uncertainty. Confrontation brings clarity and control. Remember, these are not one-time actions, but habits to be cultivated daily. Discipline is the engine of transformation. Each time you journal, each time you visualize negatives, each time you bring your attention back to the present, you strengthen your mental muscles. Consistency matters more than perfection. You will stumble. The mind will rebel. But resilience is built in returning again and again to these practices. This is the path from reactive overthinking to proactive mastery. Let's anchor these practices with a simple daily routine. In the morning, spend 5 minutes journaling your intentions and concerns. During the day, when anxious thoughts arise, pause and ask, is this within my control? If not, release it. If yes, engage thoughtfully. Before sleep, practice negative visualization. Imagine challenges you might face and prepare your mind to meet them. This routine is your forge. It shapes your mind into a calm, focused instrument. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are their master. Now, ask yourself, are you willing to commit to this discipline? To face discomfort for the sake of peace? To act without delay, even when the mind resists? This commitment is the foundation of Stoic mastery. You might still feel the pull of overthinking, the temptation to ruminate endlessly. That is natural. But armed with these tools, you now have a way forward. You can interrupt the cycle. You can reclaim your calm. Imagine the transformation. A mind that pauses instead of panics, that chooses clarity over chaos, that acts with purpose rather than reacting in fear. This is within your reach. Remember Epictetus's words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction is your power. Your practices are your training. Your commitment is your path. So, when your mind races tomorrow, when the flood of thoughts threatens to overwhelm, stop. Journal. Visualize. Return to the present. Face your worries. Own your response. This is no small feat. It requires courage and discipline. But the reward is immense. Mastery over your mind. Freedom from overthinking. Peace within chaos. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Today is yours. I own my day. The battle sharpens here. With tools in hand, you forge the calm you seek. The journey continues. Take action. Take control. The mind is yours to command. You've equipped yourself with awareness, understanding, and practical tools. Now, it's time to build the fortress, daily discipline, and the perspective that transforms challenges into triumphs. Because mastery over overthinking is not a one-time victory. It is a lifelong practice. It is the steady forging of your inner strength, day by day, moment by moment. Discipline is your foundation. Without it, even the wisest insights slip away like water through your fingers. But with discipline, you turn philosophy into habit, and habit into peace. This is the calm that does not waver when storms rage. This is the freedom that arises from control over impulses and reactions. Imagine your mind as a wild horse. Discipline is the reins, steady and firm. Without the reins, the horse runs wherever it pleases, chaotic, dangerous. With them, it moves with grace and purpose. Stoicism teaches you to hold those reins tightly, to guide your mind away from reactive impulses toward thoughtful action. Reframing is a crucial part of this daily discipline. Life throws obstacles your way, not to break you, but to build you. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound idea flips your perspective. Instead of seeing problems as barriers, you see them as stepping stones. Each challenge is an opportunity to exercise your virtues. Patience when things don't go your way, courage when fear arises, wisdom in choosing your response. Overthinking often magnifies these obstacles, making them seem insurmountable. But with a Stoic mindset, you learn to see beyond the surface turmoil. When anxiety threatens to pull you under, pause. Ask yourself, what can I learn here? How can I grow? This simple shift from victim to learner dissolves much of the mental noise. It turns overthinking into purposeful reflection. Remember, peace is not the absence of difficulty. It is the mastery of your reaction to difficulty. This is the core of Stoic tranquility. It is not about controlling the world, but controlling yourself. And in that control lies freedom. Impulse control is another pillar of this discipline. Overthinking often triggers impulsive reactions, rushing to conclusions, lashing out, or withdrawing into avoidance. The Stoic teaches patience. Before acting, pause. Reflect. Choose response over reaction. This pause is your power. It creates space between stimulus and response, a space where reason reigns. Here, you decide what is best, not what is immediate or emotional. This is the essence of self-mastery. Imagine the ripple effect. Each controlled response builds your inner calm, which then influences your next action, creating a cycle of growing peace. Over time, this becomes second nature. Your mind no longer races uncontrollably, but moves with deliberate purpose. Discipline also means consistency. It means showing up for yourself every day, even when the mind resists. When the old patterns tug at you, when the temptation to overthink returns, you stand firm. You remind yourself, I own my day. This daily recommitment is the bedrock of lasting change. Perspective, too, must be cultivated daily. It is not a one-time insight, but a continual practice. Life is unpredictable, and your ability to maintain your mental equilibrium depends on the lens through which you view events. Stoicism invites you to adopt a cosmic perspective, a view that sees life as part of a vast, interconnected whole. Your troubles, though significant in your moment, are small in the grand scheme. This perspective humbles the ego and reduces anxiety. When you feel overwhelmed, zoom out. Imagine your problems as tiny threads in the fabric of existence. This shift does not minimize your experience, it contextualizes it. It frees you from the tyranny of momentary distress. Daily reflection helps maintain this perspective. Each evening, review your day. Celebrate your victories, however small. Acknowledge your setbacks without judgment. Learn from them. This practice strengthens your Stoic mindset and deepens your peace. Consider this. The freedom you seek is not in escaping life's difficulties, but in mastering your response to them. This mastery is the fruit of discipline and perspective combined. It is your shield against overthinking and the chaos it breeds. Ask yourself now, are you ready to embrace this practice? To see obstacles as opportunities? To control your impulses and own your reactions? To hold a steady perspective amidst life's storms? This path demands courage and commitment. But every step forward is a step closer to tranquility. Every moment of discipline is a moment of freedom. Remember Epictetus's wisdom. No man is free who is not master of himself. Mastery over overthinking is mastery over yourself. And mastery is what sets you free. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Today is yours. I own my day. Stand firm in this truth. Your discipline is your fortress. Your perspective is your compass. Together, they guide you through the noise to lasting peace. The journey continues. Hold the reins. Face the challenges. Own your calm. You have walked the path from awareness to understanding, from insight to disciplined action. Now, it is time to embrace the journey fully, to commit not only to your own mastery, but to the shared human quest for peace amid chaos. This is more than a personal battle. It is a collective endeavor. And you are not alone. The Stoics remind us that we are social beings, linked by common struggles and aspirations. Sharing your journey strengthens not only yourself, but others. When you speak your truth, when you offer support, when you engage with others striving for calm and clarity, you create a community bound by discipline and wisdom. Imagine the power of such a community, a network of minds trained to master overthinking, to choose their thoughts, to own their days. Together, you amplify strength. You hold each other accountable. You inspire growth. This shared commitment turns individual struggle into collective triumph. But commitment begins within. It starts with a vow to integrate Stoic principles into your daily life, to greet each morning with intention, each challenge with courage, each moment of doubt with reason. This is not a fleeting resolution, it is a lifelong practice. I challenge you now. Will you make this commitment? Will you step forward and say, I choose my thoughts. I act without delay. I own my day. These affirmations are more than words. They are declarations of ownership over your mind and your life. The path will not always be smooth. Old habits will resist. The mind will test your resolve. But remember the Stoic mantra, not you, not today, not anymore. This is your shield against relapse. This is your call to relentless perseverance. As you continue, cultivate patience with yourself and others. Growth is not linear. Setbacks are part of the process. Use each moment, success or failure, as fuel for your progress. Reflect, learn, and move forward with renewed vigor. Sharing your insights also deepens your understanding. When you articulate your experiences, you clarify your own mind. When you listen, you gain new perspectives. This exchange is the lifeblood of a thriving Stoic practice. Consider joining or forming groups focused on mindful living and mental mastery. Engage in conversations that challenge and uplift. Support those who struggle as you once did. In this shared space, your discipline becomes contagious, your peace contagious. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Action is your proof. Your daily practice is your testament. To seal this commitment, hold fast to your affirmations. Repeat them often, especially when doubt creeps in. I control my mind. I choose my thoughts. I act without delay. I own my day. These phrases are your armor and your anthem. Let them resonate in your soul, guiding you through each mental battle and beyond. Reflect now on the immense power you hold. Within you lies the capacity to quiet the chaos, to master overthinking, to find peace amid uncertainty. This power is not given. It is claimed through discipline, wisdom, and courage. The journey is ongoing. Each day is an opportunity to strengthen your mind and deepen your peace. You are not defined by past struggles, but by present choices. So rise. Embrace the challenge. Share the wisdom. Live the philosophy. Be the calm in the storm. Not you. Not today. Not anymore. Today is yours. I own my day. This is your moment to step fully into mastery, to transform not only your mind, but your life. The Stoic path is yours to walk. Walk it with purpose, with strength, with unwavering resolve. The community awaits. The journey continues. The peace you seek is within reach. Seize it. Own it. Live it.